Go. All right, all yours, Bianca. Take over.
All right. So, first of all, thanks everyone for showing up. Awesome to have such a nice group. And since today we have a little bit of a time constraint, so I just want to ask anyone if you have any questions ahead of our practice. If you want to ask them right now. If you were here the last couple of times and something popped up that you thought about that you wanted to ask, now's the time. So, anybody?
Yeah, Mike Mac.
Yep.
I muted on my end, but unfortunately, sounds
You
like other
can,
people still hear him.
I believe you can go individually into their names and hit the mute button.
Yeah, I did that, but but I think each individual would have to do it. Unfortunately,
Everyone would have to go into their names. I'm actually doing that right now.
yeah,
There
if
are
you
a
just
few
right
people
click on their
here.
name, then you just hit mute. Sorry for that. I don't know why Discord doesn't give us the ability for me to just mute them. I have them muted on my end, but you can still hear them. So yeah, just right click on their name, mute them, and then Mike Mac and Red Baron. If you can hear me, please mute yourselves. We can hear your background. All right.
Okay. So, well, if there are no questions, then I would say we'll jump right in. We're going to do a little body scan today, and then we're going to do a really cool visualization that I think is going to work really well for people who struggle with excessive thoughts or think that they have excessive thoughts when we're practicing mindfulness or meditation. And just as a reminder, you're always going to have thoughts. You're never going to be rid of your thoughts. It's not possible. So, but the practice teaches us how to deal with those thoughts when they come up. So instead of focusing on them and dwelling on them or potentially going down some rabbit hole with our thoughts, we gently deal with them. And that visualization is going to give a really cool technique on how to do that. And yep, so with that, I think we should just get started. So you can either be in a seated position in your chair, or you can lie down, whatever's more comfortable or possible in your scenario. I am currently sitting in a chair, so either way works just fine. And so bring yourself into this seated position, a comfortable seated position, where you're not straining. Especially if you're sitting, make sure that your back can be relaxed and that you're not going to be cramping up over if you're sitting here for a few minutes. Your hands are sort of in your lap, relaxed, palms facing up. And you're starting to breathe in and out through the nose. Start to let your awareness drop into your body as you're becoming present in this moment. Your tongue is gently resting on the roof of your palate, the roof of your mouth. Your breath is a nice, smooth, circular motion in and out through the nose. Especially if you're sitting, make sure that you are on your sit bones, and not leaning forward or back so your spine is straight up. You can imagine a little string at the crown of your head lifting you up so that your spine is nice and tall. And we begin by scanning through our body from the top down. So we'll start bringing our awareness to the crown of the head. Gently sliding forward to our forehead, our eyes, our nose, see if you can become aware of that skin around the eyes, which sometimes really wants to hold on and kind of tighten up. See if you can get some relaxation there. Relax your mouth. Start to bring your awareness further down to the chin. We're moving down the neck, coming to the shoulders, the upper arms, your elbows are relaxed. Your forearms are relaxed. Your palms are resting on the floor or on your thighs. Coming to the back now. Start to bring your awareness to the upper back. And for us as traders in particular, see if there's any area of tension. We do so much looking up at screens and moving a mouse and just sitting at a desk that sometimes that upper back area can get tight. So on an inhalation, become aware of that area and see if you can just release into the exhalation and let that area release. Moving down the back to the mid-back and to the lower back. Become aware of your hips and your sit bones as they're resting on the chair or the floor. And feel them becoming heavier. We're moving down to the thighs. And your awareness gently travels with you through your body, utilizing the breath to release any tension. Become aware of your knees, your ankles, and your toes. See if you can get a sense of this awareness spreading into all parts of your body simultaneously. And let yourself sink into this space of calm further and further. Now we're going to bring our awareness to our minds. And we're going to start our visualization here. Visualizing or imagining, if you will, the inside of your mind as a cave. We're going to go into that cave now and see and feel the inside of that cave in our minds. This cave is full of fireflies, and you can see the fireflies flittering around, and each firefly represents a different thought or emotion, and they're all darting around in your mind. Become aware of these fireflies as thoughts. Be aware of their presence without going too deeply into any single one. All the different lights are darting around you. Start to see each firefly flying out of the cave, and each one taking a thought with them. One by one, each firefly leaves the cave, and the cave becomes darker and darker. Your mind becomes still. You become more calm and relaxed. Take a deep breath in this quiet space. And take a few moments now to enjoy this calm, quiet space, the peacefulness of this cave in your mind. Any thoughts arise, simply visualize them as a firefly and let them leave the cave again. Bringing your attention back to your breath and the calm peace of your mind. Continue taking deep breaths. become aware of any sounds from the room you're in, or from the outside. Notice the sound of your own breathing and the heaviness of your body. Take another deep breath and slowly bring your awareness back into the present moment, into the room, into your body. And as you do, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Feel yourself becoming grounded in this moment. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes again. All right, everyone still with me?
I'm here.
Awesome. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
That was great. Found
All right,
myself twitching.
twitching.
Yeah, kind of like when I do the same thing when I'm first falling asleep, or getting ready to go into dreamland. Sometimes my body just starts twitching.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that can happen, I guess. As long as you don't fall asleep. Because that would kind of be the opposite of awareness. Nice to fall asleep. No, of course, the aim is to stay present and awake. So, are there any questions?
So how can people use this in their trading, Bianca? Is this something that you typically do, like pre-market, or throughout the day, or specific to your trading? How would you explain that?
Yeah, this is a particular mindfulness exercise that I wouldn't do this one every day. It's not something that this you can do at some point throughout the week if you want to, if you like it, if it resonates with you. But it just teaches us the whole aspect of becoming aware of our bodies, the sensations in our body, the thoughts we have, and creating that awareness that then will translate into being less reactive when we trade, being less emotional when we trade, and maybe seeing these things come at us before our minds start to go into panic mode or reactive mode or whatever. So it's all about recognizing feelings and thoughts as they come up, because sometimes we don't recognize them so well. We just, we know when they're there, when they're in full-blown effect, and that's when all the reaction starts to happen. Knee-jerk reactions, the emotional reactions. But it's really good when you're able to have enough awareness in your body to recognize, oh, I'm starting to clench my jaw here, or I'm starting to get really twitchy here because, I'm not liking what's happening here. And you can then start to really talk yourself out of the reaction that you would normally experience. You can just use a short breathing technique, or you can do a short mindfulness technique just to bring yourself back to center and not react. Because emotions and thoughts about something are just that. They are just emotions and thoughts. They do not require us to react. So, and that's why mindfulness is so important, because it really teaches us how to do that. It really teaches us how to be less reactive and really just be present with what we are experiencing without judgment or reaction. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
And I know that, a lot of people probably think, oh, well, especially, people in this room who are very experienced traders and they're very good traders, and, they're making it all work. And they're probably thinking, oh, I don't need this because, I'm already great. I do well, and, I have no problem. But I think there's always room for improvement, right? There's always room for improving some aspect of your trading, whatever it is. Only the individual person will know what their flaws are, what their individual flaws are, and we do get to know those flaws pretty well through trading. I mean, we become very keenly aware of what our shortcomings are, and so yeah, I think mindfulness is really important, and I would argue that from what I've been reading in many books, it's probably one of the more important aspects of trading. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, forget about trading. As much as I sometimes forget that there is more to life than trading.
Yeah.
Mindfulness can certainly play a huge role just in everything else you do, not just obviously trading.
Absolutely. It changes the way you interact with your family. It changes, it can change a lot of aspects, different aspects of your life. I mean, no doubt. Because that awareness translates into, like you said, into other areas. And it's yeah. I mean, they've done so many studies on this. It's mind-boggling, the amount of studies that have been done on mindfulness and how it improves people's lives, really. Not just traders, but everyone. So, yeah.
Well, great stuff, Bianca. Any other questions from anybody? Looks like K2 did fall asleep.
This happens all the time. I mean, it's not unusual. And I think over time we start to get better at not falling asleep. But I do, when I teach yoga classes, it happens all the time. And at the final Shavasana pose, corpse pose on the floor, and all of a sudden you hear like somebody snoring really loudly.
Yeah, I've done that before.
It's kind of funny actually, but yeah. Anyways.
All right, well, good stuff, Bianca. You and I will connect and figure out the date for the next session, and then we'll make sure we post it in the mindfulness practice channel for everyone. But Thank you again. I love these sessions. It just kind of is something that I look forward to kind of reset and kind of remind myself on a consistent basis of the awareness aspect, of the mindfulness aspect, and how, and just kind of like you said, kind of getting recentered. So thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And I hope, since these are recorded, I hope that, people go back and, if you remember this kind of practice during the week and you go, oh, you know what, I really enjoyed the whole firefly thing. I'll just do that again. And so you can just go back to the recording and do it again.
Very good.
All right.
All right, yeah, the recording of this one will be posted tomorrow in the mindfulness practice thread. So I should be able to see that tomorrow morning.
All right.
All right, everybody, take care, and we'll
Have a
chat
good
with you
one.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.